Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. I know last week we're supposed to be here, but I think Jay, did you not have some power outages?
Oh, yeah, last week it has been a crazy week with storms and with the last week of school
Oh,
and everything else. Like, oh my.
did
Yeah,
I not hear that you're on tornado watch again?
we are in a thunderstorm warning for sure. The tornado watch is slightly below us, but
Okay. Have I mentioned that you may want to consider not being in Tornado Alley, sir?
Tornado Alley, it's fun. It keeps every day interesting.
I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, listen, I'm just your host with the most sitting on this kind of cool coast tonight, but I mean, all we get is hurricanes. But yeah, it's it has been a week. I am
Mm-hmm.
annoyed. I haven't had a chance to do any coding since we did the coding episode.
Right.
So what does that tell you? I'm just I'm slacking. I get it.
At least it's not
It's
hurricanes. You can keep your hurricanes. I don't like water.
oh, hurricanes are no big deal.
I will take the spinny tornado thingy all day long over a hurricane.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta get you up here for a hurricane and and you'll love every minute of
Okay. Oh,
yeah. It's been hectic. I will say that much.
yep, yep.
But we are back.
We are. It's been a
So
lot of stuff going on. We're done with the platy party. We're done with the boot camp. We're getting
boot
ready to
camp's
start.
over.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start the Duckling Derby. It's gonna be fun times.
LL is still ongoing and
Yep.
making me regret things.
I think we might talk about that a little bit too because there's some fun stuff happening there.
I don't know if I call it fun, but
I mean, I call it fun.
yeah, you're not participating this
You're
year.
right. I get to see it all happen.
Lucky you.
Oh my! I'm still waiting for what group I'm in the Derby. Yeah, yeah. Odoron, I think
Uh,
we're both in Group C. It's fine.
Odoron, I gotta say, if you can go in the Derby and do some running and get us prepped for co-op, love the avatar, by the way. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Exquisite,
I
sir.
I
Thank you.
was there the moment it was asked. I may have face palmed and then asked Darkmoon to give him two.
I mean, the meme never ends.
Yeah, and I noticed it when I came back to our planning channel, which Odoron is in, and it was just Setzer Platypi, just down the. I'm like, what am I looking at?
Well, it's funny. Odoron did ask in the chat that we have, what do I choose? And I was like, I don't know. I knew what mine was automatically. I wanted the Setzer duck. I wanted the Setzer platypus. And then the next thing I know is, no, who said it? Was it Meridian? I think it was Meridian that said, just take Oz's and change the
Recolor it.
colors.
Well,
And then I went away for a while and I came back to a ping where it's like, Dark Moon says he wants permission. Yes, he can do it. Absolutely. Why not? It's a
and
great
you're
idea.
both
I love it.
almost the same color with rolls too, and it's just slightly off, and it's so messing with my brain.
How do you think Dark Moon feels? He's the one that got us confused from the
I love it.
start.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
The,
It was a moment where I got a big dumb grin on my face. It's like, oh yes, we're doing this. We are doing
yeah,
this.
but
However,
yeah,
we have a show to put on, and we have our winner of the play party, the newest Platymus Prime, a title I don't have yet.
I'm surrounded by platypus in here. Uh,
Well,
Platypi?
join the
Yeah.
join the races. I mean, I had real life stuff. I had work to do, and
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? Yeah, I'm
But
sure he did regret it instantly after you used it.
because we have so many ducks and platypi, it only makes sense to take it over to our sponsor that deals with the werewolves and wants your help afterwards.
You
So
gotta
yeah.
save him.
Hello, I am Princess Sarah, coming to you with a message of hope. Every day, countless werewolves are sent to the fourth dimension or Noot. As the founder of Werewolves for Hope Animal Temple, I am asking you for your support to help these poor creatures get the respect they deserve. Did you know that werewolves can regenerate and that they don't always poison when they bite? For just 15 gold a month, you can help. Your donation will go to a light warrior in need so they will not have to brack these beautiful creatures. Please join the cause and help keep the werewolves safe. Thank you.
Welcome back, and we are here with Meklin, our Platinum Prime for 2025.
Yo, what's going on?
Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
We got
So-
lots of things you've been involved in, so we got lots to talk about here.
I was gonna say,
You
Meklin, you kind of came out of left field and now are at the top. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how all this happened, but yeah.
Well, I will be the first to say, because Jay's going to say it anyways, and I want to be the first. You have been an amazing part of this community since you joined. I mean,
1000%.
You've stepped up a lot for stuff. I mean, normally that was our role for a long time, but Jay's got band camp. I've got not band camp.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't got much going on. I take care of the cats, and that's about my life. So
So I guess the first place to start is back in the day as a duckling. I mean, you kind of shot through the ranks pretty quickly back then.
yeah, I missed the boot camp and the derby last year. I came in, it was probably a month after, maybe a few weeks after it ended, and I just kind of stumbled across the randomizer. Like I was off work for 2 weeks, and I was trying to figure out what do I do for 2 weeks, and then I was like, oh, randomizers, yeah. Wait, Final Fantasy, I like that game. Let's see if it has a randomizer. Oh, I did this, like, I think I did like 1 or 2 seeds years ago, and it was like way different. It was like nothing compared to what it is now. But I just kind of played it. I think the first one I did was the your guys' flags, actually, the Winter 2024 flags, and I got Bicky. I got Bicky. Bicky had my canoe. It was terrible. I was like, what is this? And I went into the Discord and I posted about it, and everyone was like, join the club. So I've been here ever since.
Yeah, everyone does the Bicky at least once or twice, and then when you do it, you never do it again
Until you do, and then you're like, why did I do that?
Exactly.
Well, if anyone wants to know how often that happens, just remember in the Tournament of Champions when Dark Moon popped the bottle and spent half an hour searching for the bottle.
I remember seeing that.
The best thing is I just looked it up, so I found probably your first post, which was newbie, spent a few days playing the Duckling presets, thought I'd blah 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 blah, and then I was immediately after you went, yep, getting Bicky does a rite of passage, and then Phoenix, and then Wild Ham.
Yep, I remember that. Everyone was like, yep, that's how it goes.
And then Oz was the second after that.
I usually jump myself in there.
I love it.
Yep.
But yeah, so I mean, I think I'm scratching my memory here, and you can feel free to correct me, but I know you really became like a huge member of the community right around the winter tournament of this year. Like, and even before that, like you had stepped up with restreams and comms and like a lot. And that's, to be fair, that's a really good way for a lot of people to start within the community. And now look at you. Now you're the race lead, my friend.
I guess so. I mean, I'm still waiting for another challenge in LL to someone to take my my points away from me, so I'm not so far at the top. But
we'll get to that one in a little bit. Gold tier.
Don't.
I know.
I think I'm still in copper.
Yeah, I joined crew end of co-op. I did a couple tracking, and then the big one was I helped you guys out with the Tournament of Champions, do a lot of tracking, and pitched in. That was the first time I did comms. And then Fall League I think was whenever I first did restreams. And then Winter Tournament, like I did a lot.
Yeah,
just
a lot. That's just That's not even saying a small amount. Like it was a ton, because I know the Winter Tournament generally a crazy busy time.
Oh yeah, there was. I mean, the first couple of weeks was super hectic, even, and then just trying to get everything filled. So, But I enjoy doing it a lot. That's why I help out, pitch in when I can,
No, I
which is
mean,
most of the time.
it is 100% appreciated. We always need more people to kind of step in and do things. And again, like it's progression. You start running, then you start volunteering. Next thing you know, you're yelling at your computer because the code doesn't work that you've spent 60 minutes writing and it's not going to function. And then you gotta, yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk more about that.
41 winter tournament matches.
Huh?
41
That's how many?
winter tournament matches. I just counted them.
Wow.
That's how many you restreamed.
You
No
41.
way.
I just
Wow.
counted.
I didn't know it was that many. Okay.
That's got to be a record, Jay. That's got to be a record.
I'll have to go through and double check. But yeah, like looking at it, Sunflash, Meklin, Darkmoon, Meklin, Darkmoon, Meklin, Darkmoon, ADR, Meklin.
I like
ADR
that
just kind of
it's
slips
fun.
in there.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's got to be a record of some kind. I mean, when we did Tournament of Champions, I think I only had 9.
Yeah.
And that was the most.
That was also a smaller pool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was. But again,
fun.
Meklin's there again.
Yeah.
He's tracking.
I don't have
He's
that.
still there.
Drop that beat. Meklin, Darkmoon. I can't do it.
Oh,
No, I can't.
That's that. Someone clip that and add it to the Twitch channel, or put it on YouTube. We now have YouTube Shorts. Check it out.
Yeah, go check out the shorts. They're amazing. I have been at school until almost 8 o'clock every night over the last few days. I am so sleep deprived.
So let's move on. So Platy Party, Meklin, going into it, did you think you were gonna win?
No, not at all. I'm still shocked. Like, I was talking to Rax after, and I was like, "Am I in a dream? Like, is this a dream state?" And Rax was like, "Well, if it is, then we're both in some really weird kind of psychedelic dream state right now." But yeah, I don't know. I just when I'm in race mode, like my brain shuts off to everything around me, and then like I'm just focused on the seed, and yeah, I don't know. Like whenever I do asyncs for like the weeklies,
Mhm.
I'm not as focused. I don't feel like I'm in race mode, so I don't always perform as well. But like anytime like I'm in race mode, I know what I need to do, I know when I really need to go, and I just kind of do it. And at some point, I realize that I'm at the end, and I look at the race room or whatever, and I realize that, oh boy, I'm winning this. How is this happening?
I mean, if you look at these races, it was first, second, first. Like
Yeah.
you had it.
Yeah. I liked the flags for all of them, honestly. The Mage on the Stick was great. I love Mage on the Stick.
That's a fun flag.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, I did that in the last season, LOL, and I really enjoyed the flags that Shanigan put out for it. And then we had the SGL, which was also Fall League Week 3, which was my favorite week's flags as well. So I was just like, okay, let's just, blow through this. And then the winter tournament, I did a lot of those. So like, it just kind of felt natural, and yeah.
Now I gotta sit here and try to remember what Fall League Week 3 was.
It was
Tell
the
me.
no encounters, key items in boxes, entrance shuffle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, with the all the F1 fiends, yeah. And then the double dragons. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's one where we're like, hey, I think these fiends need a little bit of a nerf.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I remember Wildham coming to me in chat and being like, you need to take Ruse out of the pool. And
Yeah.
I was like, why? He's like, because it's 4 lock casts. I was like, oh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy that people enjoyed those. I'm sorry. I've apologized multiple times for not nerfing them quicker, because yeah, they were particularly nasty when they wanted to be, and they always wanted to be.
Yeah, I'll say I use them a lot in my own stuff, and I think they're definitely a lot more balanced than what they were before.
Yeah.
It feels that way, at least. They don't feel as punishing. They're still some combinations that feel like hardcore, but like there's a way to get through it still. So it's not like the ruse where you're just literally hitting a wall.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that was
is that going to make a
kind of
reappearance in your hardcore alt fiends, or that's
absolutely it will.
All
Absolutely.
right.
If you hardcore alt fiends will reintroduce the original fiend code that was in there with a few slight changes.
oh no.
But now that we're on the subject, Meklin, as a winner of a tournament, you do have the option of pinging Dark Moon and myself to have your own alt fiend added to the pool.
I was
So
approached about that, and I have some ideas. I'm still kind of debating about where I want to settle with it, but definitely we'll have something coming soon.
You care to
excellent.
give us a little secret into it, or you're going to marinate on it for a bit more?
No, I'm gonna marinate on a bit. Well,
Uh,
yeah, sorry.
well, I mean, sorry to all of you out there, but I mean, it goes through me first, so I'll know. Dark Moon will give it to me. Meklin, you can. I will give you the same warning I give everyone else. You may choose whatever you want for spells and skills, subject to not being a disaster.
So like
We
can't do 4 nukes, 4 fades, and 2 nuclears and 2 poison damage. No,
Hey, if you do nuke fade, that's no consecutive nukes. It works.
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
It doesn't
See,
break the
Yeah.
rule.
there gets me.
No, it doesn't. But remember, those fiends are going to shuffle their abilities around. So you might end up with, you know, a Lich turn 1 nuke into turn 2.
That sounds like a problem for the developer, not for us.
It's not a developer
Exactly.
problem. You chose. Listen, you choose. We do. I have said this on multiple occasions. Any stupid idea that gets thrown into the dev chat usually ends up being made into something. Pretty much all the changes I've made to the randomizer, except the alt fiends, someone has said, "Hey, can we do this?" And yeah,
Mm-hmm. I mean, the answer is yes. Just should we do it? It's kind of the question.
But I look
Yeah,
forward to.
I think
I
the
do
answer
look
is
forward to a new alt fiend. They're always fun. We're getting very, very close. We're very close to having the winner circle pool be activated. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to see everyone's winning submission, you will have the opportunity. And maybe I'll see if I can sneak one of my own in there.
Ooh, nice.
But when you're doing
Let's
the
continue
code,
through. Let's continue through Meklin's
Yes!
journey. Hey, we're here for them. Come on. So, what else in your Final Fantasy journey have you enjoyed? Like we've got here now Duckling, we've got now the Platy Party. We're gonna talk about LL in a moment because I see some times and some point numbers here that we need to talk about because maths. But
Mhm.
how are things? What are you enjoying the most about it? I know you talked about the restreaming, and I talked about just racing, but how's life?
Everything. I don't know. Everything about the randomizer, the community. I've really been enjoying. Honestly, it's from day one. Like it's felt like a second home to me. Basically, like this is where I go to spend my time and enjoy myself. I've been getting into doing multi AP games.
Yes.
And I've had one that I've been going for like a week now that I'm still stuck on, and it's a lot of fun. I have like 6 different games going at once, and they're pretty big games. So uh, so I like doing stuff like that. I'm looking forward to summer co-op and the crossover event later in the year.
Yeah.
That's the 2 things that I most look forward to, I think. And
Got
Fall League,
yourself
of course, because Fall League's just a lot of fun.
got a co-op partner yet? You think or?
that was my
I
question actually.
have an idea of one. We
Okay, so
discussed it. I think we might be going for it, but no spoilers.
AKA we're all screwed. Got it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, hey, you never know. You never know. I agree with Butch. Fall League, best league
Fall
so
League's
far.
best league. It really is. So yeah, you mentioned playing in Fall League. Wow, I cannot speak. Last year, what team? I forget what team you're on.
The Lafane Fluffy Guild. It
Oh,
was
that's right. That's right.
Xanar, Rex, Softnum, and myself.
That's awesome.
We were all on the LFG board, and we were like, "Hey, we're
Hey,
ducks. You want to just like make a duck team and just roll with it?" And we did.
that was my
And
first league. Yes.
so we did all right. I
Mhm.
mean, I I'm still new at the time. Rex is still not new to the scene, but like relatively new to like
Hmm.
competing. Theanar, pretty new.
Pretty new, yeah.
Softum's not new, but like doesn't compete as often. So like we were all like pretty low on the boards, but like we had a lot of fun with it. And
Neat.
uh Rex and I did, I don't even want to count, but we did a lot of practice seeds back and forth where we would roll a seed and it would be a dumb, nasty version of how the flags would roll. And we'd be like, hey, play this seed. Tell me how you did. Give me some notes. And we went back and forth on it. And I think that's honestly, I think I owe a lot of it to Rax, to how my performance improved. Um, they just they had some great notes for
Hmm.
like things that I did wrong, things that I could have done better, but then also pointing out things that like I did that they didn't understand, and
Right.
then realizing that, oh, sometimes that actually makes more sense. And we just went back and forth with it like that. So like I think I owe a lot of it definitely to Rax helping me out there.
Hmm. And that's the thing. Like, if any duck ends up watching this later or something, join the teams. Like, just being able to talk to
Absolutely.
someone and just go, "Hey, watch my VOD," or they can play alongside of you and go, "Hey, why did you go left there?" You know, just even little things that you end up later going, "I remember my second seed that so and so jumped in and said, 'Hey, you go through Earth this way,' and it makes so much more sense."
Yep.
Hmm. I remember when I was grabbed for Fall League just after I left the Derby. I was fourth place, which means I graduated out.
Hmm.
And I remember being tapped for bubbles at Sodaco. And it's just like, hey, we want you on the team. And I was like, are you sure?
Hmm.
Because I'm still really green. And it was Hate. And Hate was like, nope, you're on the team. You're
Right.
in. You're awesome. We like you. Come on in. So,
That's the
and
best thing about League, really
oh,
is. And then just the community.
absolutely.
It's all about having fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like
And
I would echo that just, you know, if you're not sure, just go for it. Just put yourself on the looking for group board when it
mhm,
comes out and just go with
Make,
it.
make a team, have fun,
absolutely.
learn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and co-op. Sign up for co-op too.
Oh yeah.
Because if you get paired with get paired with a veteran who's just looking to play some races, you will be because you're in so tandem, you will be amazed how much you can learn.
Hmm. Or even just two
And
ducks figuring it out. Do it.
it's
Mhm.
happened.
But
And
let
you get to make a fun team name.
yeah, I'll say let's transition from one league here to the other league. 170 points.
To me?
with,
Um,
with the next person being, by the way, at 67.
Is it Woo?
It's
yeah.
Woo next.
So that challenge system you got going there,
Yeah,
it's pretty explosive with the points, Jay.
that was the whole idea. I I see a 62 point wager for 186 points where you got 149 of them.
Yep.
Oh,
Yup.
I have not done a challenge yet. I probably should. Challenge Meklin and then just lose all my points.
you're sitting there with 3
Oh,
I'll
points,
five
take
of
the
so
them.
you're
points.
good.
I'm perfectly happy
3
taking your
points.
points and the house points.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work out well for me.
But so far, Time for Learn, Mage on a Stick, which we kind of talked about a bit ago, Solo Vanilla,
Yeah.
FF6. I know
Um,
we have another one going right now. I'm going to ignore the one that's happening right now, just to not give spoilers and whatnot. But what do you think about the 4 seeds we played so far? What have you liked? What have you bashed your head against the wall for 3.5 hours on?
um, so the solo vanilla, I wasn't sure about.
Yeah.
I've watched solo vanilla in like speedrun setting where it's the
Mhm.
vanilla ROM. It doesn't have all of the niceties, the quick stuff, the menuing, all that stuff. Um, like 12 to 24 hours. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if this is gonna go well, but
Mm.
did a race with Chanigan, and the first one we did was about 6 hours. Made some tweaks to it and got it down. Now it's 3 hours, which is crazy. Solo white mage.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah.
I love the solo white mage. I don't know why. It just feels. It was a nice challenge, I think. Um, it's only doable because you get ruse at level 1, and you
Right.
have access to the zombies
Yeah.
that pop.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it makes it work.
Yep.
Um,
That's it.
Because you
and
have
then it's
harm 2 by then? Harm 2 isn't provoke,
yeah,
isn't it?
you can get harm 2. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You sail down to Elfland, pick up harm 2, sail back.
Oof.
Yep.
Oof.
But the big thing was the ice cave.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing in all of them, that if you don't have a ribbon, it's
Oh, yeah.
basically like you're bashing your head against RNG for a while. There's a way to like kind of get your way through the encounters, but it's still RNG once you get to the eye.
Yeah.
Um, I
It
like the
is.
mage on the stick.
Mm-hmm.
The one I really enjoy, and it's the one that's going to be coming up next. No Overworld. I'm excited for that one.
I'm okay with that. I'm happy with.
I still need to play a No Overworld. I have not actually done one, so I can't say anything.
What?
I
How long have
Really?
you been in the community, Jay?
Wow.
It doesn't sound fun.
So okay, here's the thing about it. No Overworld without entrance shuffle, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Trying to
It is.
figure out where the entrances actually go, trying to get to locations you need to. That's a bit rough because you're basically relearning a new map.
But with
Entrance
entrance shuffle,
shuffle,
yeah.
you're already having to learn a new map. And it's
Mm-hmm.
basically just like,
I can see
all right,
that.
I got to go down this path until I get to a block, and then it's like, now I got to go down this path until I get to the block to go back to this path.
Right.
And it to me it felt a lot like, uh-oh.
We lost Oz. Hey, we lost Oz.
Um,
Woof, woof, woof.
well,
No, 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 no.
maybe Oz will be back here in a minute. But yeah,
It's
hey, there we go. We got Oz back.
it's live, so let's just pretend that didn't happen, and we'll move on.
Are you having tornadoes?
No, I'm having cat stepped on mouse.
Oh,
Love it.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Um, I don't remember what I was saying
I
anymore.
don't remember
But,
where we were either.
but yeah, the flags are really cool.
Good.
I'm trying to remember. See if I can pull them up. I don't even remember what.
Oh, we were talking about No Overworld, but yeah, I think we're there. So.
Oh yeah, the No Overworld. I think No Overworld Entrance Shuffle is the best way to play an Overworld.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me a lot of Link to the Past Door Rando,
Okay.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
there's like a new branch dungeon Door Rando where like all the doors inside the dungeon are also randomized. It felt a lot like that to me, and I really
Nice.
enjoyed that mode. I suck at Link to the Past, but I enjoy playing it just for fun,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it felt a lot like to me when I first played it. And I was
Okay.
like, "This is fun. This is my favorite mode. This is hands down my favorite mode."
I may have to give it a shot
But yeah,
now.
yeah.
I
You're gonna get lost for like an hour or two at least.
Oh yeah, most
But
definitely.
Okay, so play
definitely
AP
take
first.
note.
Got it.
Yeah, and I will say though, anytime someone mentions something like that, I just always think, is the randomizer going to do something bizarre? Because
Uh,
it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Funny story. I found some interesting things with No Overworld,
No.
and
Yep.
I've shot them over to the dev team's pretty quick about fixing it, so it's pretty awesome. The most
Yeah.
recent one I found, I don't know if it's an AP thing or if it was just like because of how some of the sprites are handled, but I was able to get to Onrak with the Oxiale, and it took me out of a sigil entrance. I had the sigil so I could get back, but there was no sigil plate over top of the stairs because there was a sprite overload.
Uh,
Yeah. So you could get soft locked if you didn't have the sigil.
Do that.
And yeah. And then I also found a portion of Lake Shum.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to bring it up.
Yep. I definitely stumbled across that. The vampire attacks the random town.
Mm-hmm.
when you would leave Melmond, Melmond didn't have stairs in the right location when it wasn't attacked,
Mm-hmm.
and so it took me to some weird part of the overworld, and I was like, "What is this? What just happened? Help!
Yep.
How do I get back?"
Yeah, don't do what I did when I found Lake Shum and think, hey, this is the overworld. I can save.
I did
Because you
that.
can't.
No.
Because once you've saved, you can't get back.
You did that?
Yep, I did that.
Yep. Everybody does it
Oh,
when they
no.
get there. Because the initial thought, at least my thought was when I first found it, was, oh, this is here by design. No, it's not.
No,
So is it like a
no.
staircase that takes you to the overworld by accident, or like an extra? Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, the way I understand it is like the staircases, they point you back towards the floor that you're on,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no staircase in Melmond.
Oh no.
It was just the exit.
Yep.
And so I exited to the overworld. So I was basically in the Melmond continent, but I shouldn't be there, and it wasn't showing anything what resembled the Melmond continent.
Right.
And yeah, so
Oh no.
Yeah, that was the same thing that happened to me when I went out of Ice Cave and ended up in Lake Shum, which if you look at the background of the image, it is where Ice Cave is. Like it will put you relative to where it thinks you are. But then the randomizer just says, you
Can't
know,
do this. Bye. Yeah.
you're done. You're done. But again, massive shout out to Wildham, who usually finds those bugs pretty quickly and fixes them.
oh yeah.
Because, man, if it wasn't for him,
Mhm.
oh, we would be in a very bad place.
There. So looking at this, 170 points. You're at the lead right now. We're about halfway through the season or so. You got your eyes on anybody that you're gonna try like taking some more points from? We didn't have a role that you can't challenge down. I see a woo and a fizzle that need some points lost.
I've been thinking about something, but I don't know. I've been kind of trying to see if anybody wanted to try and take points away from me,
Right.
but so far I haven't had any challengers because I said I would take a under the minimum bet because I know my bet's what 50
Right.
points.
It's 50 now, but
Yeah. So I mean, I'll take under the minimum bet
yeah, I'll take the free
if
points.
anybody wants to, but you know, I'll take 3 points.
You got any fun like challenges that you're interested in? Like, hey, I really want to go do a Soul Blazer randomizer instead.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's 3 hours, bud.
I don't know about Soul Blazer, but there's some games in AP that I was looking at. I watched the Dark Moon versus Fizzle, the Super Mario World
Yeah.
crossover. That was pretty fun. So I was thinking of something like that. But I just haven't challenged anybody yet. Like I said, I was waiting to see if anybody was going to challenge me. Plus, like mid-season's coming up too, Jay.
Yeah. We got into this week. We got a refresh to go, and you know, I was concerned that 200 points for Opal might be a little bit tight, but I'm not so concerned anymore.
I mean,
I think it's pretty on point. I think the system's pretty done well. I know there was some talk about like the timing that with the bins maybe being adjusted some.
Well, especially for the solo vanilla. That's kind of where we're looking at the most.
That one definitely needs some tweaking. If it's something that's like a really quick seed too, like maybe, but I don't know how you go about doing that either.
Yeah.
That's something the bracket brings around. So
I want to see what this like the current async brings here tomorrow, because I have a feeling it's going to be one of the quicker ones. It's still in the time period I'd expect, but it's going to be one of the quicker ones. Right. Yeah, the solo vanilla needs readdressed, at least that bin.
Yeah, that was kind of a...
Hey, everyone had their own bin, because everyone was like an hour apart.
No, I'm in the bin with the DNFs, because I got annoyed.
No, you were in the bin with the smart ones.
To be fair, I was generally happy that I landed the mute on Astos turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
At that point, it was 7 minutes of holding the A button, and let me tell you, I'm a professional at holding down the A button for at least 8 minutes.
New world record right there.
I love it.
No, the record is still the Paradox. That was I timed it. It was 99 rounds in about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I know the first time I did the solo vanilla with the white mage, Astos was like 18 minutes of just holding down the A button.
Yeah.
Miss,
Yeah.
miss, miss, one
Miss.
hit, miss, one damage, miss, crit, miss.
Yeah.
Hey, the crits
The
help.
And I
crit,
got
the
a
crit was
The
nice.
crits help.
Oh,
Yep.
Odoron was watching me, and I was like, dude, I got a crit.
Crit
That takes
feels amazing.
that takes like 6 minutes off, maybe. No,
Exactly.
crap.
Well, unless one of them does a major challenge, though, someone may get to do a mid-season flag adjust.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? Like, you don't have to share it if you don't want to. But do you have an idea of something to add a second character to the? I mean, to do something to the.
Solo.
I've been working. I've been thinking through some ideas.
Good.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of tweaking we do with it.
Interested to see
If I can
what.
get there. Like I said, we still got a few more days. So
Yeah. So we got one more async. We got to finish this async. We got one more async, and then whatever chaos happens. And if we have another 60 bid challenge, that can change a lot.
exactly. Like that was like I didn't even realize until
Mm-hmm.
the numbers were up on the score sheet, and I was like, oh, that's how much the wager it was. Okay.
Which,
Yeah.
side note for anyone who may not be in that room, basically that game, they both wagered 62 points. I put in 62 as the house, so there were 186 points up for grabs. The winner got 80% of it, which was 149, and the loser still walked away with 37 of those points.
Yep. Which is crazy to think that like you still come away with almost half those points.
Yeah. Well, because we wanted it to just be line go up.
Yeah. I think it's working, honestly.
Yeah, the new system's much better than the old one.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it survives the rest of the year, or the rest of the league, whatever this is. It's a league. It's a year.
Yeah.
It's a year.
Yeah.
Season 5. It's season 5.
There you go. All right. That takes me to the end of what I need. Oz, you got anything else before we unload some pulp? Wait, that doesn't sound great.
That does.
I see myself out. Bye. I know, but
I don't like
see-
pulp in my own juice, so thank you.
No, you gotta say juice the pulp. That's how we do it. Test, Jay. Lucky Danny isn't here. Or Fizzle. One of the two would yell at you. I'm gonna yell at you later, but that's not the point.
yeah,
No,
whatever.
I think that it is once again time for us to go to the poll. That's right, for all you people who have watched this before, and for those who haven't watched it since, we always have our guest answer some pulp questions. And as we've said, this year we'd be keeping a running tally of a few of them. So at the end of the year, we will let you know what the community favors. So let's start off. Meklin, are you ready?
Sure, let's go.
All right. What's the best and the worst blursing to see?
Wait, best blursing and worst blursing? Not malice?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, malice, we can call it that.
Best blursing, Tally Magic.
Okay.
Worst blursing is 40 strength on the black belt. Because it really doesn't do much for you. It can, but like
you really shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah. You need to find a Masa, and at that point, like, why don't you just have a fighter? You know?
True.
So
true. That's very true. All right. What's your best memory of racing? Other than, I'm assuming, winning the Platy Party, which is probably the number one right now.
that definitely. One of my races in Winter Tournament, I fully cleared out Sky Palace. Did all of Mirage, all of Sky. I cleared all of the chests because I was trying to find the incentive item, and it was one of the last chests up on the top floor. Cleared out, went through, took out Tiamat, got outside, saved, and reset before I hit the button.
Oh no.
And I lost 11 minutes of time and lost the race. But I laughed about it for the rest of the race, and I still laugh thinking about it. Yeah, that's something I'm never going to forget.
That is also a true rite of passage of the randomizer community.
Mhm.
I've done it.
I like stopped and stared at the screen. Like, I opened my menu and was like, "Did that just happen? Did that really just happen?"
Yep. And you just
Died,
like,
redove.
here we go again.
Yep. But, yeah.
All right. What is a feature you would like to either see expanded or added to the randomizer?
Oh.
Mhm.
Proc gen for every dungeon.
Ooh.
There has been talk.
Yeah. I know Earth has proc gen, but it's like it's proc gen maps that are catered, right? Or something like that. It comes from a pool of maps, something like that, right?
Hmm.
I don't remember exactly how it works.
For ProcGen Earth?
Yeah.
I would have to
was
look up the
yeah.
code.
I was explained it like once before, but that was months ago now. So
Right.
but yeah, proc gen for every dungeon.
Okay. Well, to be fair, there's rumblings. What is one piece of advice you would give to those who are just starting out in the randomizer?
Look at the maps on the wiki. There's the location guide on the wiki. Have that if you have an extra space on your monitor, and like, be honest, like the game doesn't need to be a huge window.
Mhm.
No.
It's a 35-year-old game. You can have it be like a small part of your screen. Have those maps up. Um, Use the guides that are on there to walk through the dungeons. They give you the great step routing. They show you where the chests are. They show you where the trap tiles are.
Yes.
They show you where all of them are the boxes that are the better trap chests. Um, all that stuff. Like 100% that helped me out a lot with my step routing and getting through dungeons a lot quicker. So
Mm-hmm. I'm just not getting lost in the dungeon some days.
I still get lost in Sea Shrine.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Kraken side, I blank out on both the small set with the two stairs that are like this really small room
Mm-hmm.
and the sea hallway. I just completely forget that those rooms exist, and I try and go the way that I'm supposed to go on the next floor.
Right.
So yeah. But
All right. What is the best place in the game to go looking for a grind?
Wherever the best grind tile is. I don't know. That kind of depends on the flags.
It's not wrong.
If you've got an early encounter, desert, and otherwise anywhere that has a large amount of grind tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. What's your favorite way to kill Garland?
Rub. I think rub.
Rub is fun. Rub is
Mm-hmm.
fun. I can't argue with you on that. All right. Now these are two of the most important questions we have this year.
Yep.
Bubbles, carbonate or not?
Oh, absolutely. Every time.
Keeping score. All right. And the more iffy one, the hooray dwarf. Save or don't?
Hooray gets in my way. Hooray deserves to get slayed.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
It's one thing it's the one thing we do agree on. All right. You have a level 20 party. Thief, fighter, white mage, black mage. War mech appears on the Bridge of Destiny. You fighting him?
Do I have a Masa?
Fair.
I want to say yes, but it really depends on am I going in there as my first dungeon, like Winter Tournament Finals? Am I going in forced to go in at level 5 or 6? And my only tool is Brack to kill Tiamat? Probably not. I'm probably skipping it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But also, sometimes I'm feeling spicy and I might just, want to give it a shot because it's more Meg.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of experience.
The real XP pinata.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you can kill it. All right. Would you rather a Sun Sword -1 or a Rune Sword +3?
Rune Sword +3.
Interesting. Okay.
It has elemental typing bonuses against 3 of the Refiend fights.
It definitely does.
So
All
I
right.
will take the rune sword any day.
Fair. All right. You are forced to take one of these spells: soft, slow, fear, or dark. What are you taking?
I guess soft.
Soft.
Thank you. It's the
Because
only
like
logical
sometimes you
one.
run out of soft potions,
Thank
and
you.
like your ribbon's gonna be on your white mage, right? Like that's just a given. So I just think that just makes sense. Yeah.
Someone with a
Yeah.
logical brain, finally.
Wow. I think it's the first time we've had soft be chosen. All right. Fair enough. Which is worst, buffed pirates or buffed Astos?
Oh, buffed Astos. You can't hit buffed Astos, and if you don't have the spells, good
He
luck.
just he just
Yeah.
sits there.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he just sits there and just rails on you. All right.
Yeah.
What? Tell us one thing that you truly love about the FFR community.
The people in it. The community itself, like everyone that I've encountered has been really welcoming and with open arms. And I feel like everybody genuinely wants to help each other either play the game or just have a good time.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And of course, our last question. It's always custom made towards
Yep.
our current host, our current guest. So, Meklin, to you, as the new Platimus Prime of 2025, what is your next trophy you want to add to your collection?
Um,
Fair.
I want to try and win Winter Tournament next year.
Do it.
I really do.
Do it.
Yeah.
I am more
I
than
have my
willing
eyes
to
set on
watch
it.
that. So there you go. So everyone be aware, Meklin. He's coming for you in the Winter Tournament. Be aware.
Ooh. Well, and you didn't ask the question that I thought you were going to ask here at the end, so I'm going to ask a bonus final question.
Oh, you good? Oh, you're gonna. Oh, you.
As the newest Platimus Prime here, someone got a Platy. What is your sprite? I'm looking at this thing right now. What is your new sprite?
It's the ninja from Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. That was one of my favorite games growing up.
Okay.
You didn't get that?
For one thing, purple's my favorite color.
Mhm.
I like the ninja in the randomizer that we play, and that was one of my favorite game growing up. So I just felt like it was. So I was torn between that and Go-Go.
Okay.
I really considered Go-Go. So, but I just didn't
No.
like how
Uh,
I didn't like exactly how Go-Go sprites looked that I could find.
Right.
So I was like, let's go with the ninja. I like the color purple. Let's do that.
That is awesome.
yeah.
I thought it was Frieza. I actually had consideration for Piccolo as well. So
Okay.
yeah, that was another one I was thinking about. Just ideas for, anybody that might win a Platy next year.
Yep, they are highly sought after, and they're getting more common, but they're not as common as ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jay? Okay. Well, we've lost Jay to tornadoes again.
No, the stream's still here. Darn it.
I know. Well,
right.
Meklin, once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Hopefully, we see you back here if you win another tournament, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. I hope so.
But until then, I hear someone likes bakeries and bread and food.
Say it again.
It makes a difference. That fresh baked flavor, the smell, the soft bread, the details matter. That is why we at Dunes Bakery always bake our bread fresh every day for the best sandwiches you can buy. We spend days in the desert looking for only the best ingredients and the best steak, all for you to partake in. There is nothing better than coming back from a long run down in a volcano to head to the dunes for a hot steak sandwich waiting for you. When you are out there fighting hard and you feel the need for a nice sandwich, there's only one place to look: Dunes Bakery, home of the double steak sandwich, now available in rare.
We be back again to go over.
Wrong one.
Some stuff.
That's fine. That one. We are
I
professionals.
thought you had a headband on, Jay. I thought you had a headband on for a minute.
I took my hair like this.
Yeah. Someone clip that next. It's gonna be another great.
That is how I typically wear these things when I don't like headphones. I really don't. Like whenever we're not like in something like this, I would just have speakers normally. Just this is too much.
Fair enough.
All right.
Enough. Yeah. So once again, the boot camp is done. The Platy Party is done, but that means that Derby is starting up very, very soon. It's going to be great. We got some great ducks coming in for this class. It's going to be a fun time to watch.
Yeah, we got lots of stuff here on the horizon. So the Duckling Derby should be starting, I think, next week is technically when it all starts up.
Let me take a look.
And that'll basically last.
Yeah, we don't have any dates just yet, but they'll be released very soon. Okay. I believe Dark Moon is.
I thought they were released, but yeah. So
not officially yet, I don't think.
Okay. And then that'll take us basically right on up to, we talked about the Lithuanian ladder, so we got that finishing on up. Anyone is welcome to jump on in if you want to come join us. It's mostly async and then challenges on your own. And like we talked about, you get a couple games under your belt and you start challenging. It's to the moon. So you're not behind on points. You're not like, but I'm coming in half the season. Yeah, one or two good games on this, and you're up there, and Meklin's losing the crown. And I can still see the camera, so I'm loving this. But that would then take us into probably one of the biggest announcements that we got coming up pretty quick. I don't have any details for you just yet, but I can say that we have had the marathon planning group. The schedule is nearly finalized. Danny would kill me if I gave out anything else. But do be expecting the marathon schedule here sometime really, really soon. The big thing that I want to bring up with that, though, is if you are wanting to come to the live event, because this year we are having a live portion of the marathon. The big thing you need to know is that the hotel room, if you would like to get a block, one of the blocks that we have, the cutoff for that is May 9th. So it's coming up here sooner than you might think. So if you are interested in the marathon, and if you're interested in the live portion of it, and you want to get a part of that block, May 9th is your cutoff date.
I unfortunately, due to concerns of my own and car need money, won't be making it this year. However, I have been told the Power Hour will still go on. We will still be here.
We've got a couple of power minutes going on.
You can't get rid of us. They haven't.
I know.
This is episode 30. We're doing this for 30 episodes. They haven't canceled us yet. I
don't know how, but hey,
you got me on that one. We've been hanging out here for a while now.
I love it. But yeah, so get that marathon on your schedule. It'll be June 13th through the 15th. If you are able to come be with us in Charleston, West Virginia, please do. And if not, join us on stream. We'd love to see you there. I will give a small peek behind the curtain since I don't think they're here right now, but we are planning on like some sort of a crowd cam and maybe some shenanigans in the background coming out a little bit. So it's just going to be fun.
Possible.
We're going to have a blast. Yeah.
It's going to be a great time. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. But I think that's pretty much everything on the agenda.
Yeah,
Jay, we've
everything for a bit.
Yeah, we've again. It's last week was kind of a disaster. We had some scheduling issues, and Jay had another tornado or something.
A car ran into a light post. Well, ran into a power line post.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah. We have 3 power grids in the town, and it took out one of them.
Is Oklahoma just flat, though?
Mm-hmm.
How do you hit power line, then? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Dark Moon was driving?
You're lucky he's not here.
I've heard the stories.
I have not, and I don't think that this is a good spot to tell those tales.
Oh.
But if I'm not mistaken, we're back next week again.
Yep.
They haven't canceled us. We're still here. Episode 31. We're still going.
I'm pretty sure next week we're going to be talking about some marathon stuff. So if you have anything that you're interested in it, join us next week for the marathon. No, for marathon information.
Marathon information. The marathon is not for a little while, Jay. Come on. Let's not jump the gun just
sleep.
Yet. But
sleep.
I know. I hear you, my friend. But with that, I think it is time for us to sign off for the night. So I will say I have been one half of your hosts with the most in this windy and somewhat cool coast, Oslodo. He has, of course, been Jay Scheidel, my good friend and yours, and we will see you all back here next week on the channel with another episode. Until then, I will see you in the next round.
Bye.